Do you ever feel a quiet hum of discontent beneath the surface of your busy life? A sense that there's a deeper truth, a more authentic you, waiting to be heard amidst the noise of daily demands and expectations? It's a common human experience, this longing for something more, something real, a yearning to connect with a core of wisdom that feels uniquely yours. This feeling isn't a flaw, it's a call. A call from within, inviting you to turn your gaze inward, to explore the landscape of your own heart and mind. Many of us search for answers in the external world, hoping that achievements, possessions, or the approval of others will fill that void. But what if the key to unlocking your inner truth lies closer than you think? The ancient philosopher Socrates famously urged, "Know thyself." He believed that an unexamined life is not truly worth living. This isn't about harsh self-criticism, but a gentle, persistent curiosity, a willingness to explore who you are beneath the roles you play and the beliefs you've inherited. This path to inner truth is not about finding something new, but uncovering what is already there. So what is this inner truth? It's not a single, static revelation. Rather, it's your authentic alignment, your core values, your deepest desires, your innate wisdom, and your unique perspective on the world. It's the compass within you that, when consulted, points towards a life of greater meaning, purpose, and peace. It whispers, it doesn't shout. The promise of this journey, inspired by Socratic wisdom, is a simple method, not a complex formula, but a shift in how you relate to yourself. It's about learning to ask the right questions and, crucially, learning to listen to the answers that emerge from your own depths. This method can help you cut through confusion and connect with that profound inner clarity. Imagine your mind as a vast library, filled with countless volumes, some written by you, others by society, family, or experiences. Your inner truth resides in the most genuine, original manuscripts within this library. The simple method is how we learn to locate and read these essential texts, distinguishing them from later, less authentic editions. Socrates didn't offer his students direct answers. Instead, he masterfully used questions to help them uncover their own understanding. He acted as a midwife for their thoughts, guiding them to give birth to their own wisdom. This is the essence of the method, becoming your own Socratic guide. The first step in this Socratic self-exploration is acknowledging that you may not have all the answers right now, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, recognizing our own areas of uncertainty or ingrained assumptions is the doorway to deeper insight. Humility is the fertile ground where true self-knowledge can begin to blossom. This simple method, then, is primarily about the art of self-questioning. Not an interrogation, but a gentle, persistent inquiry into your own experiences, beliefs, and feelings. Think of it as opening a dialogue with the wisest part of yourself, the part that often gets drowned out by the everyday clamor. Why are questions so powerful? Because they direct our attention. A well-posed question acts like a lantern in a dark room, illuminating corners of our inner world we might not have noticed before. It shifts us from passively receiving information to actively seeking understanding from within. It is an act of engagement with oneself. Your inner truth is not some mythical beast hidden in a far-off cave. It's more like a quiet stream, always flowing within you. Sometimes, its surface gets muddied by external pressures or internal storms, but the pure water continues to flow beneath. Our task is to clear the debris, allowing its clarity to emerge. Consider this: inner truth is deeply personal. It's not about conforming to an external ideal of who you should be. It's about uncovering who you authentically are. This means your truth might look very different from someone else's, and that is its beauty and its power. It is your unique signature on the world. Often we mistake fleeting emotions or conditioned responses for our inner truth. I must be an angry person, or I'm just not good enough. But these are often layers, like clouds passing in front of the sun. The sun, your core truth, remains constant, even when obscured. The Socratic method helps us see beyond these clouds. Unlocking inner truth also means distinguishing between your authentic desires and those imposed by societal expectations or fear. Are you pursuing a certain path because it genuinely resonates with your soul, or because it's what others expect, or what feels safe? These are the kinds of inquiries that lead us closer. This truth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it whispers of change, of paths less traveled, of letting go of familiar but unfulfilling patterns. But living in alignment with it brings a profound sense of integrity and peace that conformity can never offer. It's the difference between existing and truly thriving. Think of your inner truth as the silent architect of your most fulfilling life. When you ignore its blueprints, the structures you build may feel unstable or inauthentic. But when you consult it, you build on a foundation of unwavering strength and genuine purpose. It's important to remember that inner truth isn't about achieving a state of perfect, unchanging knowledge. It's a dynamic process of discovery. As you grow and evolve, so too will your understanding of your inner landscape. The commitment is to the ongoing conversation with yourself. This inner knowing is often felt as intuition, a gut feeling, a quiet sense of rightness or wrongness about a situation or choice. The Socratic method helps us to articulate these subtle feelings, to bring them from the realm of vague sensation into conscious awareness and understanding. Your inner truth holds your unique answers to life's big questions. What truly matters to me? What are my non-negotiable values? What kind of impact do I want to have? What brings me genuine joy and fulfillment? These are not questions to be answered once, but to be lived into. So the inner truth we seek to unlock isn't a secret password, but a living, breathing aspect of your being. It's the authentic self that longs to be expressed. And the simple method, inspired by Socrates, is your key to fostering that expression, moment by moment. Let's delve deeper into this Socratic art of questioning. Why does this simple act hold such transformative power? A genuine question opens the mind. It signals a readiness to learn, to explore beyond current limitations. It's an invitation to your own inner wisdom to step forward and speak. Questions challenge assumptions. We all carry a host of unexamined beliefs about ourselves and the world. I could never do that, or people like me don't succeed at X. Socratic questioning gently probes these assumptions. Is that really true? What evidence supports it? What if it weren't true? Good questions clarify our motivations. Why do I truly want this? Is it for external validation, to avoid fear, or does it spring from a place of genuine passion and purpose? Understanding the why behind our desires can reveal whether they are aligned with our inner truth or with something less authentic. Questions also foster responsibility. When we ask, "What can I do about this?" or "What is my part in this situation?" we shift from a passive victim stance to one of active agency. This empowers us to make conscious choices aligned with our inner truth, rather than simply reacting to circumstances. Ultimately, consistent self-questioning cultivates self-awareness. The more we inquire into our inner workings, the more familiar we become with our own patterns, triggers, strengths, and areas for growth. This self-awareness is the bedrock upon which a life guided by inner truth is built. It is the knowing thyself. So what kind of questions should we ask? Start with your values. What principles are most important to me in how I live my life? Perhaps honesty, compassion, courage, creativity, or justice. List them. Then ask, am I living in alignment with these values today? Where am I not? Explore your beliefs. What do I believe about my capabilities, about the world, about other people? Then gently challenge them. Where did this belief come from? Is it serving me? Is it universally true or just my current perspective? This isn't about discarding all beliefs, but ensuring they are consciously chosen. Inquire into your desires. What do I genuinely long for in my life, relationships, work? Distinguish between superficial wants and deep, soul-level yearnings. If fear and external judgment were not factors, what would I pursue? This helps uncover your authentic aspirations. Don't shy away from your fears. What am I most afraid of? What is the worst that could happen if I pursued X or changed Y? How would I cope? Understanding your fears diminishes their power and often reveals what you truly value protecting or where courage is needed. And perhaps most simply, check in with your feelings. How do I truly feel right now in this moment? What is this emotion trying to tell me? Instead of suppressing or judging feelings, treat them as messengers from your inner world, offering valuable information for your Socratic inquiry. A crucial element in this Socratic self-dialogue is radical honesty. It's easy to give ourselves an answer we think we should give, or one that avoids discomfort. But inner truth can only be unlocked when we are willing to be completely, sometimes uncomfortably, honest with ourselves. This honesty requires courage. Sometimes the answers that surface will challenge your self-image, your relationships, or your life choices. It takes bravery to look at these truths without flinching, without immediately trying to rationalize them away. Remember, the truth, even when difficult, is ultimately liberating. Being honest with yourself doesn't mean being harsh or self-critical. It's about observing without judgment. I see that I often seek approval from others. That's interesting. Why might that be? Approach your inner world with the compassionate curiosity of a dedicated researcher. One way to foster this honesty is to write down your questions and answers, perhaps in a journal. The act of writing can bypass some of the mind's censors and allow for a more candid flow of thoughts and feelings. There is no need for perfect prose, just honest expression. Remember, this is a private conversation between you and yourself. There's no need to perform or impress anyone. The more you practice this radical honesty in your Socratic dialogues, the clearer the voice of your inner truth will become, and the more you will trust its guidance. Once you've asked your honest questions, the next vital step is to create space for the answers to emerge. Inner truth rarely shouts, it whispers. In our noisy, fast-paced world, we must intentionally carve out moments of stillness and silence to be able to hear it. This might mean dedicating a few minutes each day to quiet reflection, free from distractions. No phones, no television, no to-do lists. Just you and your breath and an openness to whatever arises from within. It might feel unfamiliar at first, but this space is essential. Answers may not come immediately or in the form of direct verbal thoughts. They might arise as subtle feelings, intuitive nudges, sudden insights during a walk, or even in dreams. The key is to cultivate a receptive, patient, and non-judgmental awareness. Consider this space for listening not as an empty void, but as a fertile emptiness. Like the pause between musical notes that gives the melody its meaning, these moments of inner quiet allow the symphony of your inner truth to be heard more clearly. As you practice creating this inner space, you'll become more attuned to the subtle signals from your core self. It's like learning a new language, the language of your soul. With patience and attention, its vocabulary and grammar will become increasingly familiar and trustworthy. Now, let's acknowledge the barriers that can make it difficult to hear our inner truth. One of the most significant is the sheer volume of external noise in modern life. Constant notifications, media bombardment, and societal pressures can easily drown out the quiet voice within. This external noise isn't just auditory, it's also mental and emotional. The expectations of others, the relentless pursuit of external validation, the comparison with curated online lives, all these can create a cacophony that obscures our own authentic desires and values. It's hard to hear yourself think, let alone feel. To counter this, we must consciously choose to unplug, to create sanctuaries of quiet in our days and in our minds. This might mean setting boundaries with technology, curating our information diet, or simply choosing to spend more time in nature or in quiet contemplation. Another aspect of external noise is the well-intentioned but sometimes misguided advice of others. While seeking counsel can be valuable, ultimately, your inner truth is yours alone to discern. Learning to filter external opinions through the lens of your own inner knowing is a crucial skill. The simple Socratic method of questioning helps cut through this external noise. By turning the focus inward, by asking, "What do I think? What do I feel?" you begin to prioritize your internal signals over the external clamor, strengthening your connection to your own truth. Beyond external noise, there's also internal resistance. Often, we subconsciously avoid looking too closely within because we fear what we might find. Perhaps we fear confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our past, or the changes we might need to make. This fear is natural. Your inner truth might call you to step out of your comfort zone, to let go of limiting beliefs that have provided a false sense of security, or to make choices that disappoint others. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of disruption. Socrates himself faced immense resistance for encouraging people to question societal norms. His pursuit of truth ultimately led to his death. While our stakes are rarely so high, the courage to question the status quo, even within ourselves, is a vital part of this journey. How do we overcome this internal resistance? Not by fighting it, but by acknowledging it with compassion. I notice I'm feeling scared to explore this. That's okay. What small step can I take anyway? Gentle, persistent inquiry, rather than forceful confrontation, is key. Remember that the discomfort of confronting a hidden truth is often temporary, while the pain of living out of alignment with yourself can be chronic. The Socratic path, though sometimes challenging, ultimately leads to greater congruence and inner peace. The fear is usually worse than the reality. Societal conditioning is another significant barrier. From a young age, we absorb countless messages about who we should be, what success looks like, and what is considered acceptable. These messages can become so deeply ingrained that we mistake them for our own inner truth. Think about the shoulds and oughts that echo in your mind. I should be more ambitious. I ought to settle down. I shouldn't feel this way. The Socratic method invites us to question these ingrained directives. Says who? Is this truly my desire or an echo of someone else's expectation? Unraveling societal conditioning is like peeling layers of an onion. Each question, each moment of honest reflection, removes another layer, bringing you closer to your authentic core. It's a process of deconditioning and realigning with what genuinely resonates for you. This doesn't mean rejecting all societal norms or becoming a recluse. It means consciously choosing which values and ways of being you want to embody, rather than passively accepting what has been handed down. It's about cultivating an internal locus of authority. The beauty of Socratic inquiry is that it empowers you to become your own discerning guide through the maze of societal expectations. It helps you identify which influences are helpful and aligned, and which are hindering your journey to inner truth. It gives you the tools to choose. Overcoming these barriers requires more than just questioning. It requires the courage to listen to the answers, especially when they are uncomfortable or demand change. This is where the true alchemy of the Socratic method happens. Sometimes your inner truth will whisper things your ego doesn't want to hear. It might point out areas where you've been inauthentic, where you've compromised your values, or where you're clinging to something out of fear rather than love. Listening requires humility. Courage here isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to proceed despite fear. It's choosing to value your authentic self more than your comfort zone. It's saying yes to the call of your inner truth, even when your legs are trembling. When an uncomfortable truth arises, resist the urge to immediately dismiss it, rationalize it, or distract yourself. Instead, try to sit with it, acknowledge it. Okay, this is present. This is what I'm hearing from within. Give it space without judgment. This courageous listening is an act of profound self-respect. It signals to your deepest self that you are willing to hear its wisdom, that you value its guidance above all else. And the more you listen, the clearer and more confident that inner voice will become. Accompanying this courageous listening must be self-compassion. If you unearth aspects of yourself that you find challenging or realize you've been living out of alignment, meet these discoveries with kindness, not self-flagellation. We are all works in progress. Imagine you are speaking to a dear friend who has made a mistake or is struggling. You would likely offer understanding and support. Extend that same grace to yourself. This journey of uncovering inner truth is not about achieving perfection, but about fostering wholeness. Self-compassion creates a safe inner environment for truth to emerge. If we know we will be met with harsh judgment, our inner wisdom will remain hidden. But if it knows it will be received with kindness, it will feel safe to speak. Remember, Socrates encouraged self-examination not to condemn, but to enlighten. The goal is understanding, which then allows for conscious, compassionate change. So, as you listen to your inner truth, be your own kindest, most patient Socratic guide. This combination of courageous listening and self-compassion is what transforms the Socratic method from a mere intellectual exercise into a profound practice of heart-centered wisdom. It's how we truly unlock the door to our most authentic selves, gently and sustainably. The process of uncovering your inner truth is rarely a sudden, dramatic epiphany. More often, it's a gradual unfolding, like a flower slowly opening its petals to the sun. Each Socratic question, each moment of honest listening, helps another petal unfurl. Don't expect to have all the answers overnight. This is a lifelong journey of discovery, not a race to a finish line. The value lies in the process itself, the deepening relationship you cultivate with your inner world. Be patient with this unfolding. Think of it as peeling back layers of an ancient manuscript. Each layer removed reveals more of the original text, your authentic truth. Some layers might be dusty and faded old conditionings. Others might be stuck tight, deep-seated fears, but persistent, gentle effort will reveal what lies beneath. Each small insight, each minor shift in perspective, is a step towards greater alignment. You might notice a subtle change in how you react to a situation, a newfound clarity about a decision, or a deeper sense of peace in your daily life. These are the fruits of the unfolding. Celebrate these small unveilings. Acknowledge the progress you are making. This encourages further exploration and reinforces your commitment to living from your inner truth. Every step, no matter how small, contributes to the larger tapestry of your authentic self. Consistency is more important than intensity. A few minutes of Socratic self-reflection each day can be far more impactful than sporadic, lengthy sessions. It's about weaving this practice into the fabric of your life, making it a natural part of your rhythm. This isn't about adding another burdensome task to your to-do list. Frame it as a gift to yourself, a dedicated space to connect with your deepest wisdom. Approach it with curiosity and a sense of gentle exploration rather than obligation. Small, consistent efforts accumulate over time, like a sculptor patiently chipping away at a block of stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Each question, each moment of listening, refines your understanding and brings your inner truth more clearly into focus. You might integrate this into your morning routine, your evening wind down, or even during a quiet walk. The when and how are less important than the sincere intention to connect with yourself regularly. Find what works for you. Through these small, consistent efforts, the simple method of Socratic inquiry becomes less of a technique and more of a way of being, a continuous, evolving dialogue with your inner truth that guides and enriches your entire life. It becomes second nature. So, how can you begin this practical application today? Start with one simple question. As you wake up or before you sleep, ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today that would feel truly aligned with who I am or who I want to become? Or try this, what am I truly grateful for in this moment beyond the superficial? This question can shift your focus and connect you to a deeper sense of appreciation, which is often aligned with your core values and inner truth. Listen for the quiet answer. Another powerful daily Socratic inquiry: where did I feel most authentic today? And where did I feel least authentic? Don't judge the answers, just notice. This simple reflection can provide profound insights into your patterns and triggers. When faced with a decision, big or small, pause and ask, which choice feels more expansive and true, and which feels more contracting or based on fear? Your body often knows the answer before your mind does. Learn to tune into these subtle somatic cues. Don't overwhelm yourself. One thoughtful question, explored with honesty and openness, is far more valuable than a barrage of superficial inquiries. The quality of your attention is key to unlocking inner truth. Consider journaling as a practical tool. Writing down your Socratic dialogues with yourself can bring clarity and reveal patterns over time. Free writing in response to a question, without censoring, can be particularly illuminating. Let the pen flow. Your journal can become a sacred space for this inner work, a private record of your unfolding, your insights, your struggles, and your growth. It's a companion on your journey to self-discovery, a testament to your commitment to know thyself. There's no right way to journal for Socratic inquiry. Experiment with different approaches: lists, mind maps, dialogues, or simply stream of consciousness writing. The aim is to facilitate honest self-reflection and connection with your inner voice. Beyond specific questions, cultivate a general awareness throughout your day. Notice moments when you feel a sense of inner alignment, when your actions, words, and feelings are in harmony. What does that feel like? What contributes to it? Equally, notice moments of misalignment or inner conflict. When do you feel yourself acting out of obligation, fear, or pretense? These moments are not failures but valuable signals, inviting you back to your Socratic practice and your inner truth. In essence, this simple method, inspired by Socrates, is about cultivating a lifelong friendship with yourself, one built on curiosity, honesty, courage, and compassion. It's about choosing to engage with your inner world intentionally and consistently. This is how you unlock your inner truth. The inner truth you unlock is not a destination, but a guiding star. It illuminates your path, helping you navigate life's complexities with greater wisdom, authenticity, and peace. It empowers you to live a life that is uniquely, wonderfully, and truly yours. By embracing Socratic self-questioning, you reclaim your inner authority. You learn to trust your own insights and to live from a place of deep self-knowledge. This is the profound gift of this ancient wisdom, a way to become the most authentic, empowered version of yourself. So the invitation is simple: begin the dialogue. Ask, listen, be honest, be kind to yourself. Your inner truth is waiting patiently to be heard, to guide you, and to help you craft a life of genuine meaning and fulfillment. The key, quite literally, is within you. What one question will you ask your inner self today? Let that be the start of a beautiful, ongoing conversation. The unexamined life may not be worth living, but an examined life, guided by your inner truth, is a masterpiece waiting to unfold.